Welcome to my top 10 biggest minigames in my Funland. For this list I'll be looking at a variety of different measurements rather than simply calculating what games take up the most mass. At number 10 is Leaky Tap. I have not built many tall minigames in my Funland, but the Leaky Tap game is 51 blocks high. It's also pretty wide when compared to some of my other tall minigames. This combined with the sink and the plunger really makes this game stand out when you're looking across my Funland. At number 9 is Harry Hops. This is the newest build on the list and took a lot of time to build. It is 63 blocks long and 33 blocks wide. It also has pretty tall walls to ensure that my horse Harry can't jump out during the game. At number 8 is my circus. While not technically a minigame, it's still in my Funland and still very big. I spent 3 episodes building it as part of my 500,000 subscribers celebration. It is 60 blocks long, 36 wide, and 15 high. I love how it creates the effect of looking much bigger on the inside when compared to the outside, just like a real circus. At number 7 is Crystal Waters. This enormous square water-based game is 49 by 49 blocks wide. It's also surprisingly tall as the top of the water crystal is 30 blocks high. Its size is only increased as it's linked with the Crystal Rapids game, which was built directly under it. At number 6 is Whale of a Time. It's not surprising that this game is big, seeing as it's built on an entire lake. The game space is 77 blocks long and 37 blocks wide. Even though there's nothing built very tall in the game, if you take into consideration how high the player goes when playing the game, the sky is literally the limit when calculating the size. At number 5 is Fall For It. This minigame is 76 blocks tall. Its height was only limited by the range that you can see boats at in Minecraft. The incredible height makes it exciting every time you take the plunge off the rim and try to avoid the boats in order to survive. At number 4 is Pirate Plunder. For this game we basically built a mini ocean in a box. Not only does the game take up a huge amount of space as it's 63 blocks long and 39 blocks wide, but it's also really deep. It took a huge team effort to build, but I think it was absolutely worth it as it's definitely one of my favourite games in the entire Funland. At number 3 is my Creeper Coaster. Even though the creeper itself isn't enormous, when you consider everything inside the mountain, all of the track, the squid and the entrance, it all adds up to one of the biggest things I've built in my Funland. It's hard to measure accurately as it's all over the place, but it takes up a lot of space in every direction. At number 2 is Sheep Shuttle. This is another relatively new minigame when compared to everything else on this list. It is 72 blocks long and 49 blocks wide. It needed to be this big because of just how fast you slide on the ice when you're in a boat. If it was any smaller, you would complete the track way too fast. It might not be the most striking visually out of all of my minigames, but I'm really proud of the design and it stands out by its sheer scale alone. It's also really good fun to play. At number 1 is Raindrops. This ride makes everything else in my entire Funland look tiny. It is 159 blocks high, making it the tallest thing in my entire world. It also has the giant rainbow and pot of gold that would by themselves be bigger than many of my other minigames. The main elevator may be relatively thin, but the height more than makes up for it. It is visible from almost anywhere in my Funland and is the best place to look over all of the other minigames from. Those were my top 10 biggest minigames in my Funland. Even though I'm usually trying to keep my games as compact as possible to save room, sometimes I just can't help building them big. Hopefully you enjoyed this top 10, there'll be plenty more coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.